I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I'm born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Hey, good morning, Rooted Men. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries, and here at the office. And you're saying, hey, where is Pastor Tom's little tree with the roots? Well, I hit it with the back of my chair, and it's broken over there on by the wall. It's got to get fixed. The frame cracked and stuff. So, yeah, I don't have my firmly rooted tree behind me, but it's good to have all of you on board. It seems like we're in the month of August already with this dry, warm temperatures. I hope you're enjoying some of that weather. Let's see who is on board. Ken Gooch, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Chris Connolly, good morning. I'm on board. There we go. Good morning, Rooted Men. Also me, good morning, brothers. Bert Reggiani, good morning. Chuck, good morning from the Rooted family. Blessings. Blessings to all of you. Yeah. So we're in Proverbs chapter 10, and we're looking at 21 through 25. But much of what he's talking about is, well, guys, I don't think this is as tough as we make it sometimes. And what I mean by that is God is so good that he typically builds into all of the systems that he creates ways in which we can monitor. Like this whole book of Proverbs is, are we being wise or foolish? Are we doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Are we in the right kingdom or the wrong kingdom? Light and darkness, life and death. And someone might say, oh my gosh, this is getting so confusing. Well, the last several verses, everything, almost everything that he's been saying is watch what comes out of your mouth and watch what comes out of other people's mouths. He talks about lying lips, those who spread slander, those who multiply words, those who cannot control their tongue. On the other hand, those who are righteous, the words they speak will be like choice silver. But what comes out of the wicked is of little value. Lips of the righteous will nourish, build up, speak life. But fools, just the opposite. They'll tear down, speak death. So the verses that we have for today start at verse 21, and listen to what they say. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of sense. The blessings of the Lord bring wealth without painful toil for it. A fool finds pleasure in wicked schemes, but a person of understanding delights in wisdom. What the wicked dread will overtake them. What the righteous desire will be granted. When the storm has swept by, the wicked are gone, but the righteous stand firm forever. Let's work backwards, guys. Let's work backwards. And by the way, good morning, my cousin Dave Donnelly. When the storm has swept by, the wicked are gone, but the righteous stand firm forever. Isn't it Jesus that says, he who hears my word and does it is like a man who builds his house on a firm foundation, on a rock. The storm comes and it stands. But he who hears my word and doesn't do it, he's like someone who builds his house on the sand. The storm comes and wipes it away. Same thing. The storm comes and the wicked are swept away, but the righteous stand firm. What ultimately the wicked dread, what they keep their minds off of, what they don't want to think about is judgment, accountability for their words and actions. It'll finally catch up to them. But the righteous have no reason to worry. Their righteousness, being clothed by the blood of Jesus, has us ready for any day. This very day, or whether this day is the day that Jesus returns, it doesn't matter. We're ready because we are clothed in the blood of the Lamb. A fool finds pleasure in wicked schemes, always finding a way to somehow take advantage of other human beings or advantage of systems, advantage of even some of the blessings that God gives us. And it'll always turn to ruin. But those who seek wisdom, they'll find delight, they'll find fulfillment. Verse 21, the lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of sense. If you add that verse to some of the verses like 18, 19, and 20, guys, it boils down to what James says. Out of the same mouth comes praising and cursing. This should not be. If we just began to monitor what comes out of our mouths and began to exercise some self-control and self-discipline, if we began to put ourselves in check, that we were quick to listen and slow to speak, if we made sure that our words built up and gave life rather than tore down and spoke death, even over ourselves, as a pastor who does a lot of counseling, it's amazing how many individuals are actually self-destructive Rather than seeing themselves the way that God sees them, they listen to all the stuff in the world out there and even in their own imagination, and they begin to tear themselves down rather than build themselves up. All the more reason why we've got to divide these two kingdoms and these two natures, and we have to put to death the voices and the noise of the kingdom of this world, and we have to amplify the voice of Jesus, the voice of wisdom. Folly and wisdom are always speaking. The question is, which one are we listening to? And which one are we speaking? And which one are we living out? All the ways of a man seem right to him, but the Lord sees through them all. He knows. Gentlemen, a great exercise for the rest of the week. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe even into the weekend. How about we start doing a little bit of a inventory of the words that we're using, the phrases that we're using, who we're using them with. Are we speaking life into people in situations, or death? Are we men of wisdom or men of folly? May not catch yourself always when it happens, but what if we just commit ourselves to looking back? That last conversation I had, the last conversation I had. How did it go? How did it go? Which one of my natures was speaking? Which one of my natures was involved? And let me just encourage you to draw close to Jesus, because all he ever did was speak life. All he ever did was speak wisdom. And the closer we can get to Jesus in our relationship with him, the more we'll be like him. The more we'll emulate his words and his behavior. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that this devotion was a blessing to you. Who else came on board? Let's see. John Sproul. God bless you, Tom. God bless you too, John. Good to have you on board. All right, I think that's it. All right, blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.